Hello and welcome to another live chat here at Crochet with Claire. If you haven't been here before, my name is Claire, but I'm sure you know that because of my channel name. Because it would be weird if my name wasn't Claire and my channel was called Crochet with Claire. So how are we all? I see lots of people jumping in the chat. Let's have a look. Secret Yarnery jumped in at 3:26 a.m. my time, which I was not even conscious at that time. It says, "Hi Claire. Just wanted to say hi in case I'm asleep when you go live. 3 a.m. is my rollover hour, so we'll pop in if I am awake because of hugs." So, hey Krista, hope you're watching. If not, I hope you're having a lovely sleep. And thank you for popping in early. I think that's lovely. We got Kathy in the chat. Good morning, Kathy. Leanne's jumping in. Good morning. You were jumping in early if there was only an hour to go. So I think the time has changed since I was last on because I skipped last fortnight because we've had daylight savings here. I think it works out to roughly about when it changed. Yeah, so it is 10 a.m. my time. It is also 10 a.m. in Queensland. We are officially back to normal and we don't have to work out what time it is and what time is my time, your time, and all that stuff. We've also got Linda in the chat. Hi Claire, how are you and your family? I am great and my family is great too, which is awesome news. So lots of people jumping in. So if you are in the chat, make sure you've got your live chat on. If you put on top chat, YouTube will just tell you what it thinks you want to hear, which is probably not what you want to read. So if you do live chat, it will show you everything. So make sure that is on. There is I'm going like this because it's totally not pinned up here, but it is pinned to the top of your chat box, the link for Maker Store. So I will be just not really, I will be chatting about the yarn and also working on a project using that yarn. And Leanne just ran off to make a hot drink, getting comfy. Oh, Kathy Bry has been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. As always, thank you for jumping in on the chat. That's awesome. 8 months. Gosh, time goes fast. So whilst we're on the member thing, and I remember all things, I have written notes. If you've been here before enough times, you'll know that when it comes to talking about members, I forget all the benefits. And usually Chantelle needs to jump in and remind me of all the things. So if you are a member, or if you become a member, if you want more information, down below the video somewhere, probably over here somewhere, there's a join button. So you will get, for your membership, you'll get a member-only community tab. So everyone gets a community tab when you go to my channel. You can check that out. But there's also a members-only community tab. So I'll tell you about things that are coming up, any behind-the-scenes photos that I've got. Recently, there has been pretty much not much at all because I have been organising this craft space. We'll talk about more of that later. You'll also get your username will be highlighted in the chat section on live chats, and you'll get, after 1 month, you'll get a free super chat. So if you've been a member for more than 1 month, check down in the comment section underneath where you type. There'll be, I'm pretty sure it's $, and click on that and it will tell you if you've got a free super chat. So make sure you make the most of that feature. And also too, if you leave a comment on my videos, you will get priority. That is a word I can never ever remember. So I've got it written down now. There's no excuse. Priority replies to comments. Again, I haven't been doing that for about the last month or so because I'm sorry, but I've had this room to deal with. This is currently it's my garage. Let's be honest. It's my double garage, but it is now my studio. And also too, I've been trying to get the house in order. We have someone staying with us, so I had to get that all ready for their room ready. So yeah, it's been a crazy few months trying to organise this house. And probably like most people, I have way too much stuff. So I've been trying to get rid of some things, like donate or sell or whatever. I haven't really sold much because I can't be bothered. Good morning, Sally. Thank you for jumping in. Great to see you here. Hey, Kelly. Hello, everyone. Hand wink waving. Does it not display it properly over here? No, Chantelle's saying no. It looks funny. Oh, that's classic. We've got Amanda coming in from Michigan. Ooh, words. So good morning, everybody. We've got Carolyn for the love of crochet. Hello, how you doing? I'm good. I hope everybody is well as well. Taya is here. I think that's how you say your name. I always forget. Why is my phone glowing? It is on silent. I was just checking that. Angela's saying it's 8 p.m. where you are. So isn't it? I think it's fantastic that we're all on different time zones. I think it's really cool. We got Oz Lioness from Queensland. Welcome. We're all on the same thing. So welcome Jetta from the Netherlands. Gosh, we got lots of new names. Let me know if it is your first live chat. I'm seeing, or even maybe just your first time commenting. I'm seeing lots of names I don't recognise. So we've got to make small alphabet, please. So we have a question to help make small alphabets. I have no idea. I'm sorry, to tell you the truth, I have absolutely no idea. Do a YouTube search. I would suggest doing that. Something might come up. I don't actually know there is anything, but you may have something coming up. Hey Sandy, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at that awesome backdrop. Yes, isn't it cool? It's you know, I've wanted a backdrop like this forever and a day. Since I've been basically on YouTube. So that's about 14 years. So yay, finally got one. Yeah, Chantelle, having to do life things, they just get in the way of everything, don't they? What's Sal saying? The video wasn't coming up on my Safari browser, switch spreaders, and now I see you. Yay! Hi, Sally. Vicky Lee, welcome. Hi, say hi to Chief for me if he's lurking about. I think I'm remembering the right person. Otherwise, that's totally weird. Oz Linus, first time here. Well, that's great. Thank you. So hopefully it's good. And another first live chat. Excellent. Well, that's fantastic. So we've got a couple of newbies. Awesome. So don't be shy to comment. We love comments in the comments section. Any questions you've got, put them in there, and I will try my best to get to them. So if it is your first time here, in the background that you can't see, we have Chantelle from Fiberific. Chantelle has a crafting channel where she talks everything craft, and her live chats are tomorrow at the same time. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. Chantelle has her live chats. She's also I'm going to get this wrong. She's my behind the scenes producer. I'm totally going to get this wrong. Is that close enough? I'm getting the thumbs up. That's close enough. She's my behind the scenes producer. So I'm like literally hands free, and she can run the show. She can click on comments. She's probably going to do that now. Click on comments. If I miss a comment, Chantelle can bring it up. See, look, hands free. She can bring it up just so I can see everything. Hello, Cheryl from Central New York at just after 8 p.m. So what's the weather like where you are? Because what are we in now? I think we're in autumn. So we're in fall. We call it autumn. And it's just started to cool off. It is 13 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that is in Fahrenheit. So it is starting to cool off. But we had lovely days the last 2 days. Bit of sun, good enough to get the washing done. So that's good. Chief is there listening. He said hi back. Funny. This is my first live. I've looked on YouTube, but the instructions are for larger letters. I see. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how to do that. Can you do me a favour and not write in capitals? Because I feel like you're yelling at me. And I know you're probably not, but that's what I feel like. Hey, welcome to the chat. Hey, Reborn. Thank you so much for joining. So we've got lots of regulars here in the chat, which is fantastic. Got Julia from Ontario, Canada. Has Canada started to warm up yet? I know that you guys get lots of snow. So yeah, Vicky Lee's heading into summer. The sun is setting here and it's 16 degrees. Awesome. Awesome. So things to talk about. First of all, Charlie, my dog. If you are new here, I got a new puppy at Christmas. Just after Christmas, got a new puppy, and he's just turned 6 months old. He is big and boisterous, and yeah, he's a hand. He's not a handful. He's so adorable. I cannot believe he's 6 months old already. He has been in the studio. So technically, I'm going to call it a studio. It's technically a double garage. So there's garage doors over there, and so I can just open it up and he can come in. And so he's generally mostly always on a lead because we live on a farm with animals like cattle. The people across the road have sheep and cattle as well. So he's generally on a lead because we don't want him to run away and attack someone's livestock. So we come in here on our morning or whatever time of the day it is. We come in on our walks and he comes in, and just under this table there is a bed for him. So he's laid on there a little bit. I don't think he's quite figured out that it's his. But I put snacks on there so he knows that that's where the snacks are. So he's been in quite a few times. He's walked around. I generally don't sit in here too much with him because he kind of panics because I don't think he's used to it yet. But we come in here, we walk around and tell him he's a good boy and all that stuff. And the other day, I had the door down so he wouldn't run out, and he started to panic. And I was like, what are you panicking about? It's okay, doing the whole thing. And he peed on the floor. Luckily, it's concrete and I can just wipe it up. So I think he was panicking because he's like, Mum, I'm crossing my legs here. I need to go to the toilet. So that's that. And next news, awesome news, is my studio. I will do a full tour once it's all done. Because at the moment, your full tour will consist of piles of stuff. If you can see what I can see over there, you'd be horrified. Yeah, so literally I've put 3 bedrooms. So they had beds in them, but 3 bedrooms, so 3 wardrobes of stuff, craft stuff, into one room. I have a lot of yarn. This is my Red Heart Super Saver on these 2 rows. And then this stuff here on this row is my Stylecraft DK, which is an English brand. And then this, it's back to front. This row, this is obviously just a crochet blanket. Where are we? There we go. And then that row is just fabric, even though that looks like a pile of blankets. That is not a pile of blankets, that's just fabric. Yeah, so that's what I've got there. So very exciting. This is my tutorial desk, which I haven't quite set up yet. That's why we have stuffed teddies to take up some space. All right, what did I miss whilst I was chatting away? I'm just going, oh, do we need a puppy cam for Charlie? We do. You won't get him on it much. Once I can get him to stay in here and just know that he can come in and just go asleep in here, we would, or even just stay on his blanket, we would definitely have puppy cam. Yes, I think we do. Riri, it's okay. Yep, just your question will definitely be seen. But if it hasn't been seen, just pop it in again, obviously. What do we got here? Scroll. Wow, Linda's saying, just in the spring in Indiana, the weather has been crazy, sometimes 80s and then 60s. Yeah, that is crazy. Angela's voting for puppy cam. Sally, what have you started? You need a cube for maker yarn. You know what? You've read my mind. You totally read my mind. this cube here was the last one to go, and I'm like, what can I put in there? What can I put in there? And I thought, oh, make a yarn. And it's kind of a bit all over the place in that the Room of Doom. And I thought, that has to be make a yarn. But when Charlie came in, I had make a yarn, but I think it was just in a plastic container with the lid off. He has good taste. He went straight for the make a yarn. There's all this other yarn everywhere. There's shelves. You can't see them, but behind this shelf, there's another smaller shelf. There's shelves of yarn at his level, full. Never touched it. Never, ever touched it. The make a yarn was in a little container, and he went straight for it, picked it up and thought he was hilarious and trying to run off with it. And I was like, no, you are not allowed to do that. This is something you will learn, Mummy Crochets. You are not allowed to eat the yarn. Reborn saying your hair is so long and beautiful. Thank you. It has. It's grown so much. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Good morning, Di. How are you? Good to see you. Me, I started the best thing ever to see a cute puppy. Yes, you did. He's adorable. He's currently in his kennel, so I know where he is and he's not causing havoc outside. Welcome, Sonia. Sonia. Welcome, Sonia. Welcome to the chat. Yes, so the last, I'm going to say probably a month. I can't remember, but probably a month. I've been going through this transitioning from a bedroom into, this is a double garage plus a bit. I think it's like called a 2.5. So it's got room to drive 2 cars in, but then at the end of the garage, there's like extra room. So if you had a small car, you could literally park it like across the garage, if that was possible to even do that. You would fit a car in. So it's probably, I'd say it's a 3-car garage, but you can only drive 2 in. It'll make it quite, it'll make it quite difficult to get that 3rd car in. But so it's quite a big room. I've got some new cupboards. Bought some new cupboards because, as you can imagine, this garage has no storage. There's literally no storage in here. So I did have to buy 2 cupboards, and then I've bought 2 of these, what do you call them? Like IKEA cube things. They're called Calax if anyone's interested in getting one. They're fantastic. They are very, very heavy. And I have absolutely no strength in my arms. And hubby and I were trying to lift it in, and I was laughing so hard because I couldn't lift it. And I'm like, we need to drag it. And you can't just drag a new cupboard on concrete floor. My concrete floor is painted. It's sealed with coloured seal, so it looks like it's been painted. And I'm like, no, we can't just drag it. It's going to trash everything. So we've got put fabric on the ground. This is the bonus of being a sewer. Put fabric on the ground, put the cupboard on the fabric, and then slid it. And it worked really well. Sonia wants puppy cam too. Everybody wants puppy cam. I may have puppy cam. Yes, so Chantelle has puppy cam on her lives. Her little Louis, he's so cute. He is on puppy cam. And I was driving somewhere last Thursday. I was either driving somewhere in the morning or the afternoon. I can't remember now. But I definitely listened to your live, and I could hear you talking because I've seen Louis before. I could obviously hear you talking. I just had you in my headphones whilst I was driving, and you're like, "Oh, Louis is doing this, Louis is doing that," and I could literally visualize it. So it was really good to listen to Puppy Cam, even though I couldn't see it. Cold in Melbourne. Oof. Ah. Hi. I know it says Michael, but I'm thinking it's Donna. Morning, Claire. Oh, there you go. Her name's on the end. Morning, Claire. Have a lovely day, Donna. Thank you so much. I'm sending all my love. All my love. Puppy Cam. Look how he's laying.
He's such a
this
slut.
Is not my puppy. Chantelle's puppy.
And this is not how it usually looks. This was just a drop in the camera. But I just thought I'd quickly share it. He's so cute. He runs in here before I start. Like if I talk about how I've got to go to work, he just runs into his little spot and just flops.
So that's what I want Charlie to do. He hasn't quite learned it yet. But It's okay. Oh, I wasn't letting him in here because he literally couldn't walk anywhere. There was so much stuff. Yeah, I really need to have a huge coal, and I am going to do that. But I know this might sound silly, but I want to get it all in cupboards to see what doesn't fit, to see how much I need to get rid of. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't even know if that makes sense. Yep, everyone's wanting this puppy cam. I throw towels down to drag. Yes. I mean, I didn't know if that was a weird thing, but isn't it? It's a perfect idea to put fabric or towels on the ground, especially like I call it polar fleece. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. I am sure. Hang on, 1 second. You know, like the fleecy blankets. Oh look, all that. That's one of Charlie's. They're great because they're soft and they slide. Yeah, totally makes sense. Thanks, Vicky. I thought it might be. Yeah, get your storage in and work out what fits and priorities. Exactly. So I think because once I have it all where it's kind of supposed to go, like in that each department, it'll be easier. In my brain works like that. It'll be easier for me to sort out because I'll know exactly what I have of like, do I need 7,000 packets of beads? No, I don't. Because when do I use beads? Hands up, who has craft stored somewhere in their house or garage or storage shed or whatever, so craft that you haven't used. Just noticed my light's going flat. It mustn't be plugged in. That you haven't used in like forever. It's got to be more than 12 months. So hands up if you've got craft that you stored for more than 12 months. You probably won't use it again. My hand is up. I'm just checking my light. I don't think it's plugged in. And no, it is not. That's better. It would have got dark all of a sudden. Megan's in Tassie at the moment and it's cold and wet. Ugh, 14 degrees. Yuck. Jennifer's saying my dog's feign disinterest and make off with the yarn when you least expect it. Yep. There's going to be lots of saying no, I think, when he's in this craft room. Any tips or tricks to make your dog not eat the yarn? I guess lots of treats or toys or something to distract him from the yarn. Hey, Kat, how are you? Welcome from Michigan. What's in your cup? That is a very good question. Oh, I have the world's biggest drink bottle and it's full up. This is a 2 litre or 64 ounces. And I love it because it has the time on it. And it tells you what you're supposed to be drinking at what time. So at the moment I'm at 7 a.m. It's currently 10:30. So I need to drink a little bit. Yes, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you've just joined the chat. Please give me a thumbs up. I would love that. Let me know how many thumbs up we have. I cannot see it on my screen. And also how many people are watching. I would love to know. And Sally's just finished a mocha. Okay, here we go. Vicky has embroidery thread and hasn't used it. Wendy's putting her hand up. Megan saying, I sure haven't used it in over 10 years. do you think it's time to get rid of it? And I don't mean throw it in the bin. Like, I mean donate it or give it to someone that you know. If it's totally usable, then yeah, we don't want to throw it out. Totally not owning craft that I haven't used. I'm looking at you. Cross stitch. The last one I did was when my daughter was a toddler, who I'm pretty sure she'll turn 18. Funny. Hello, Magic MJ Magic. How are you? And Angela's saying, I need to get better storage. Right now, my yarn is chaotically organised mess. Yeah. I had mine in a cupboard. Just had it in a cupboard. These are great. These fit. That you can't tell on that one. Hang on. Or that one. Where is... Okay, they've all got 3 across. You can see 3... Oh, this is all back to front. I'm on mirrored. Oh, hang on, I need to change that. That's really doing my head in. Let's see. Oh, it's all changed around. Okay, that just looks weird. We shall change that back. My brain could not focus on that. You'll see here we have 3 yarns. These actually fit 4 Red Heart Super Savers across. I, for some reason, just... Oh, up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. They fit 4 across, and then, as you can see, they easily fit 4 up. So that's a gap at the top. So 4 by 4. They are 200 gram balls, Red Heart Super Savers. This is... what are they? 100 gram DK... Brain, what are you doing? You're not working. Special craft DK. No, that's not right. Stylecraft special DK. So you can easily see 4 fit across, no problems. You could probably squash those up and fit 5. And again, they're square, so they'll fit the same amount. And this is double rowed. Can you tell that the green here, that's actually a double row, and they fit perfectly. So you can fit twice as much. So what's that? What are 4 fours? 4, 8, 12. I'm using my fingers. 16. So you can fit, and what are 2 16s? Is it 32? I don't know. I'm hopeless at that. We'll just say 32. You can... Okay, Chantelle's nodding. Thank you. You can fit 32 to 100 gram balls. So in Australia, we use a lot of that size. You can fit a lot of yarn in those cubes. So they are great for storage. The Red Heart Super Savers, they only fit 1 in the depth because they are a longer... Excuse the rustling. They are a longer ball than this one. So yeah. Oh, Di's got a hand up. She has crafts that hasn't used in a long time. Oh my goodness. It seems like I found my people. Taya's saying, my hand is up. Kelly Cole, hand up. Jennifer, hands up. Wendy. Wow, you got wool, embroidery, long stitch and fabric. Oh, Sonia's got her hands up. Oh no, Megan's cat eats a yarn. You are so behind in your water. I am a naughty, naughty girl. Angela's got some, iced decaf coffee with cream and sugar-free vanilla. That sounds delicious. I'm not a coffee drinker, but it sounds delicious. Sparkling water for Leanne. So we've got 42 watching and 25 thumbs up. All right, we need some more thumbs up, everybody. No, wait, the thumbs is going up. 43.32. Excellent. Megan says, I still plans on using it one day. Will that day ever come? Probably not. Probably not. But if you throw it out, you're probably going to go, I really feel like doing embroidery. Jennifer says, I always go back to it, except Accept my spinning wheel. Does anyone want one? It's a freebie. Ooh, Jennifer, where are you located? Oh no. MJ Magic says currently, I'm good currently. Heat packing shoulder and back from muscle strain. Ouch. Real Woman is saying, I purchased some materials to make those giant Christmas wreaths back when I lived at my house in 2015. After moving here in 2016, I have no idea where all that stuff is. It's sad, really. It is not. I am sure so many people can relate. Oh no, Vicky is having troubles with her corner to corner. I've tried for years. I can't get the decrease down. Do you have any pointers? The only corner to corner I've done is the granny corner to corner. I've never done the, what I'm going to call traditional corner to corner. I can't even describe it because I've never made it. But I'm sure someone here would have done the regular corner to corner. If anyone's got any tips, getting them decreases correct, then would love to know. Wendy's saying, I've been excuse me, I've been using up wool going back to the 80s, knitting and crochet baby things to donate since 2020. Plus, there are a few things for friends, bubs. That's cool that you've got wool from the 80s. My sister would love it. She loves the 80s. She was born in 1980, so maybe that's why. Beautiful colours, thank you. Hey, good morning, Emma. Good morning, Gaming Widows. Thanks for jumping in. Angela's got all the hands up. MJ saying, even with the pandemic, I still have whips. Yeah, you would think that all that time that most of us got made to stay at home, that, okay, I'm thinking though, maybe not. We would have got all our whips done. But does that mean that we've got all this extra time? We would have started so many more projects. Does anybody have a project, doesn't matter if it's crochet or anything like that, any craft project that they started in the lockdown that's still going? I am pretty sure, and I'd have to look back to see when I started it. I have 2 cardigans. 2. The same pattern, I just did them in different colours, that I fell in love with. They're not finished. And it's got to be that long ago. I don't even know where they are. I'm looking over there at the pile of stuff. I don't remember seeing them anywhere. Ooh, Rubos with hot tea and vanilla creamer. That sounds really good. I love real tea. Jennifer's jumping in from Bathurst. Oh, that's where you're located if anybody wants a spinning wheel. Thank you so much. You've learned a lot from my YouTube channels. Thank you so much, Vinta. Really appreciate that. When you're saying I did my first corner to corner traditional last year. Yeah, I've tried it once and I think I made like that much just to learn how to do it, and it never went anywhere. Ooh, what's going on? Gamer Widows will have her awesome project bags, notions, pouches, and bits and bobs at the Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show this year. Is that in June? July. Yep, I'm getting the nod. In July. I'd love to go down to that. Really would love to go. But that's cool. So if anyone going to, so Bendigo Sheep and Wool Show is down in the south of Australia. It's not South Australia, it's in Victoria, but it's right down the bottom on the right hand side. And it's a huge sheep show every year. I would say it's probably the biggest in Australia. Yep, I'm getting the nod as well. Yeah, it's the biggest in Australia. It's amazing. I would really love to go. Since we moved 4 years ago, I am at least 2 hours closer. That might be doable. Have to check with hubby because he'll be the one that drives. Yeah, no matter what you make, there's always leftovers. Yeah, I would love to be that person that calculates perfectly, which, no, that's not me. So there's hardly anything left over. Okay, Leanne seems like the expert. Many corner to corner. Once you get to the decrease, you work along the top of the last block in the row. I'm sure that makes perfect sense if you've ever made one. So thank you for that one. Chantelle's working on a fusion blanket with Star Wars fabric and crochet borders. Oh, I remember that one. That one's really cool. Megan started my country fields blanket. Still haven't finished it. It's a queen bed size. Yeah, that's a big commitment. Jennifer has several jumpers on Sleeve Island. Oh, yeah, what is it about the sleeves? They're the worst. Yeah, hard to describe, much easier to show you. Emma saying, yes, I'm going, obviously. So thank you, everyone, for all the comments, making me feel like I'm totally normal, having all the crafts. I'm looking at that cupboard. I'm looking at you cupboard, full of crafts. Some of them I will definitely do again, because I'm currently using it. But some of it, nah. Oh, sorry, Chantelle. Go back to that. Ooh, have to check that one out. Let's write that one down. MSPAGE. And there's lots, I've seen lots of corner to corner blankets that, how do you say it? Like there's a picture on them, and it's created by doing corner to corner. And I think Kinga from My Hobby Is Crochet, I'm pretty sure she has a whole blanket that's made of squares, and each one has a different animal. It might be safari themed. I can't remember, but I know I've seen it and it's got animals on it. So that, I think that would be cool too, to do one like that. Would I ever make one? Probably not. Let's be honest. Hang on, what's Leanne saying? We need to do a huge road trip to Bendigo. I've only been asking for this for about 5 years, I reckon. Chantelle, right? I would totally join in on the road trip. Like, I would... you can get me on the way past, because you'll... Oh, if you go the main freeway or the highway, which is boring, you will get me on the way past. If you go the back way, you will not, and I will just join up. But if there's ever a road trip, I'm in. Count me in. Oslot INS says, I've done one corner to corner and I don't like it, never again. What is that one crochet, we'll say style, we won't name any patterns, we'll say style. What's that one crochet thing you've made and you're like, no, never again? I'm sure I have one. I cannot think of one off the top of my head. I'm sure there's definitely a crochet blacklist somewhere. It's only 7 hours to drive to Bendigo. I know that's a lot, but it was like 10 from my old place. Ooh. That sounds doable. Yeah, you don't know what you'll love until you try it. That's it. Try it all. That's it, right, Jennifer? So you've got to try all the crafts. Wendy's saying, I love a big detailed baby shawl. Would you do one? Probably not, because I have no idea how to design one. Thank you, Leanne. She's put... Oops. Missed it. Put the link in for the country fields tutorial. Excellent. Can you come up to Adelaide? Or can you come via Adelaide? Sure, that won't add much to the trip at all. For anyone that doesn't know, how far is that? How far is Adelaide from Melbourne? It's got to be a couple of hours. Won't be far at all. Up Tunisian is a nope. I've tried Tunisian. I didn't particularly enjoy it. I think I don't know enough about it to enjoy it. I think that's my problem. Angela's made a link hat and was the waistcoat stitch. I don't think I've ever tried that. And I swore I'd never do it again. Yeah, there's some stitches that just... bleh. To me, Tunisian is like knitting with one hand. It's so strange. It is, isn't it? It is a bit odd. Children's mosaic slippers. Megan's made a tea cozy. Vicky doesn't like using wool yarn. I did a huge queen size blanket and it's one and done thing. It's a one and done thing. Yeah, that's right, Emma. If you drive a lot to see your family, it's pretty much not much, is it? Sally's saying she doesn't drive. No. I don't drive very far either. 5 hours from... Oh, is it that far? From Adelaide to Melbourne? Wow. Oh, wait, no. And Chantelle's saying 7 hours. Thank you, Wendy. I hope you're having lovely weather in the UK, in Wales. And thank you for your beautiful comment. I really appreciate that. Roughly 7 hours. I did not realise... So you're pretty much the same distance as me from Melbourne. In my head, because I have no idea, I thought Adelaide was not that far. I would have said 3 hours max. Oh dear. Oh, Amanda Holt. Oops, hang on, come back. I stupidly started a temperature blanket that starts the day I got married last year. Oh, that's so sweet. And will end on my 13th this year. I should have known better. Too long or a drawn out project. I love the idea of temperature blankets. I think they're really cool. But I know that I would not do it. I would not stick to it. I know my personality, and my personality would go like my 2 cardigans that I have and all the other things, works in progress, get really excited about it, go gun-ho for like a month and then be like, nah. And it will sit with all the rest of the works in progress. Does anybody go through their works in progress every year or so and just go, you know what? I'm not in love with that project anymore. You're using up yarn that I could make another project with. You could start another one. Or put it back in your stash and just pull it apart. Just go, nope. I cannot remember what I've done, but I know I had a knitting project once that I totally fell out of love with. That reminds me, I've got a knitted cardigan on the needles too. I really need to find them. Do you have a project you're just like, you know what? I don't like you anymore. You're not in my life, and you just pull it out, recycle the yarn, or even just chuck it in the bin if you're not even in love with the yarn anymore. And yeah, does anyone do that? Because I do it, and it feels really good to get rid of it. Really good. Didi loves Tunisian. It's very rhythmic, but be slower. Yeah, absolutely. I'm laughing because this comment. I did less than a week on my temperature blanket. I need instant gratification. High five. That would be me. Okay, so Reborn Woman says, I'm sorry, temperature blanket. So a temperature blanket, they're all slightly different, but the idea is that some of them, I think it's I'm just going to make my own rules, but they're all different. But you can use the highest temperature of the day, and then you have 10 colours of yarn that you want in your blanket. And each temperature, so I'm just going to use Australian temperatures. So let's say 0 to 10 is pink, 11 to 20 is green, 21 to 30 is orange, right? So you set up all your colours you want. You set up your temperatures that when the temperature of the day gets to that temperature, the highest temperature, coordinates with the colour, that's when you crochet, and you crochet a row. This is it sounds really confusing. It's not confusing. So you crochet a row, and then the next day you look for the high temperature. Some people, I saw one the other day, can't remember, it was on YouTube. She was using the average temperature of the day. I don't know how that works out, but it was an average temperature for something, and she would crochet a row. And then at the end of the month, she put a row of white so that it separated each month. So you can do it like that. There's all different ways. It sounds great because you don't know what colours you're going to use. Like the temperature of the day, it tells you what you're going to do. I reckon you could do the average temperature of the week and just make granny squares. And then you'd have 52 granny squares. I have no idea if they actually make a blanket. You could do it that way. That's only one a week. But I just wouldn't stick to it. I'm hopeless. I know. Yes. I go through my projects every couple of years, hibernate or frog, or just finish. I think, Chantelle, I think you were the person that I was watching your live chats that if you're not busy tomorrow at 10 a.m, Chantelle is live for, I think, 2 hours. So, yep, make sure you go over and check her out tomorrow at 10 a.m. I think I was watching Chantelle's video and you were saying that you had gone for your projects, like what you've just written on the screen, and just gone, you know what, you're out. And it sounds strange, but you gave me permission to go to my cupboard and just go, you know what? I'm talking about you, cardigan that I haven't finished in 3 years and I no longer like. You're getting recycled. It was almost like you gave me permission, even though you totally didn't, but it felt like, hey, hang on, Chantelle's doing this and it's okay, so it's okay for me to do that. I'm going to my cupboard. I'm going to do that after this. I'm going to go to my cupboard, find one project and just say, you know what? See you later. I have a hat that I'm knitting for my husband, and I know that I didn't start it last winter. It was the winter before. It's like the mechanic who has a terrible car because they're too busy doing everything else. If you don't love what you're working on, you have permission to ditch it. Craft time is precious and whip guilt is real. It is real. Yes, you have permission to go to your cupboard or wherever you store your whips, get at least one of your projects and pull it apart, and there will be no guilt. Okay? And you can say, Claire said, and Chantelle said, that you can do it. You will not believe how amazing it feels. It feels so good. It's very freeing. There was a whip event I took part in. There was a bunch of suggestions to finish whips, block project, weave in, etc. But also frog whips. I have several to frog, totally freeing. Yes. We should have... Maybe next, if I remember this, let me write it down. Because I'm that lady that has all the lists. Frog project on next video. I have one cardigan. Actually, now I have 3 cardigans. The other 2 I don't want to frock. I really don't. I want to finish them. We'll be having this conversation next season, like next year when it gets cold. Same cardigans. I have one cardigan. I know I'm never going to finish. I don't like the colour of the yarn. I think that's what put me off. I started making it because it's a wool. It's really lovely and warm, which for me is perfect because I get really cold in winter. But I'm not loving the colour of that yarn anymore. It's on my hit list. Cardigan, I'm coming for you. You are out. Oh my gosh. All this talking. I need another drink. Yeah, there are so many different ways to make a temperature blanket. Wendy says, I wrote down all the temperatures. I wrote all the temperatures down, but did nothing about it. Oh, that's classic. You made a start. You made a start. Don't rush these things. Dido, I will not start another temperature blanket. Didn't finish the first one, pulled it out and made a granny square top. Exactly. If you're not loving it, get rid of it. Gamer Widow's just noticed my Ludo jumper. He's my favourite. If you've watched the movie The Labyrinth, it's got David Bowie in it. You'll know who this is. He's Ludo. Friends. I made this jumper myself. This is like it was this Kmart jumper. It was on special for $6. And I've got a Cricut, so I bought this, whatever you call it, file. The picture. I bought the picture on, I think it was Etsy. And she had all the characters. Cannot remember who it was. But if you just search Ludo or Labyrinth on Etsy, it'll come up. One of my all-time favourite movies. Oh, Leanne is determined to have her first cardigan complete for Knit Fest in Melanie. Melanie? Melanie? I don't know. Something like that. First weekend in June. Ooh, how are you going with it, Leanne? Do you think you're on track to finish? Kathy's saying she makes squares for a temperature blanket. I think that's more doable for me. Kathy, did you have to do a square every day? Or was it sort of like every week? I reckon you could even do one a month. And you could make a small blanket, you could make a big blanket, depending on the size of your squares. 1 square a month. I reckon that would be doable. I still won't do it because I won't stick to it. But that would be doable. For me, crocheting something every day on the same project, I don't know. No, I do know. I know I won't stick with it. Here we go. Wendy says, usually pale for cool days and then reds for hot days. Okay. Right. Yeah, give it a Google. Especially looking at photos too. You can get ideas on what colours to use. And you get a ton of options for knit or crochet. Alrighty, I am way behind in comments. SVG, thank you, Chantelle. That is what I did. I bought the SVG. I'm not up in all the lingo. Thank you for joining us. Excuse me. Here on the live chat, great to have you. Cheryl loves the movie The Labyrinth. And Hooks and Horses. Says hello from South Carolina. Oh, Leanne saying she's on schedule with the cardigan. That's awesome. I have just skipped over a lot of comments there, so I'm not very good at reading really quickly. So if there was a question in there, just please put it in again and I'll answer it. Kathy's saying, did squares a week for a total... Oh my goodness. 365 squares. I did granny squares with 3 rounds. I did squares once a week. Oh, so you sat down once a week. See, that would... I still won't do a temperature blanket, but I think if you sat down once a week and did it all crochet then, I think that would... Would that be more doable? I don't know. How does everybody work? How do you do your temperature blanket? I'm interested. 365 squares. My goodness. That would have been a big blanket. Yikes. Did that fit like a two king beds next to each other? In my head sounds massive. This blanket here, I think is about 130 or something. That fits I know if it's a single bed, it may even fit a double bed. It's not finished. I made that 9 or 10 years ago. It's finished, but it needs more on the border. Again. Okay, so it is finished. All ends are sewn in. It's technically finished, but in my head, I want the border to be wider. And it's just granny square. It's just granny stitch, so it's easy to add on. Sal saying I did a 3-round granny squares a day and did a join as you go method, but on a diagonal. Huh. 3-round granny squares a day. Goodness me. Let's just face it, I don't commit to things. That's a good idea too. Another option is to look up a year in the past and get the temperatures. That's so cool. Yeah, what if you forget a day? I'm sure with the internet these days you could just totally look it up. Almost a queen bed. Wow. Christy says she's never done one, I think because she wouldn't keep up with it. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Leanne saying, I do see many being started at the end of the year, but not so many finished at the end of the same year. It does. Details. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, I was going to crochet on my project, but we got so busy chatting. These are just face wipes. I do have a video on my YouTube channel, just face wipes. And I was going to use the Maker yarn Clear as Cotton. There is a link pinned in the chat. I'm pointing up here because it's probably not in the right direction. On me, it's up there. Pinned in the chat, there is a link for Maker yarn. So Maker yarn is Kate. Kate didn't join us today, but she also has her own YouTube channel. Catery? I think Chantelle knows it. It's like Kate, Kate, and then Iari or something. Something like that. Dear me, I have butchered her YouTube channel name. But yeah, I was going to use this beautiful cotton. It's coming up super bright on this camera. It's more muted than that. But it's still really pretty. So I was going to use that, but I got too busy talking and did not. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for the... Katie Ree. There we go. Katie Ree. Thank you, Sally. That is... I know it had an EE in it. And Chantelle, thank you so much. YouTube channel is in. Oh, excuse me. Exciting, though. So I have got the colours of Dirty DK. I can't find it. I don't even know where it is in the room at the moment. I have the Dirty DK, which is beautiful colours. Beautiful, beautiful colours. I had all the colours that she had released the first, I think it was her first release. I got all the colours. But there's also been another release. And there is a video. Kate did a live video Monday. Because Leanne asked me to join. And I'm like, oh, I'm busy. And I think I was at Craft Group. And then which was Monday. There was a video come out about the release of new colours. And there's one colour there. I'm not sure what it's called. But it's absolutely stunning. It's a tealy colour. And I was just like, I need that in my life. So if you want to see the colours of the Dirty DK, you can obviously go to Katie's website or if you follow the link that is pinned to the top of the comment section, that will take you to a website. But Chantelle is going to be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Australian. Are you Eastern Standard Time as well now? Yeah. So whatever time it is in Sydney or Brisbane is 10 a.m. What time is it now? It's 11 o'clock, so an hour ago, tomorrow, that's when Chantelle will be live. And Chantelle is making her Maths Rocks project using my mosaic blanket. She's tweaked it slightly, and to be honest, I love your tweaks. I wish I hadn't thought of that before because it makes perfect sense. So doing the Maths Rocks project and using all the colours, and you have to watch her live tomorrow because you'll see why it is a Maths Rocks project. The system I can't think of it, my words are gone, but the way you thought up on how to do it is genius. I love it. And it makes it fun. So much fun. Yes, she does have a good range of colours to see and sample. Yes, same time as when I start. Now that I'm on the same timeline as Chantelle, because Australia's weird. The state above me doesn't get daylight savings and my state does. So when it's daylight savings time, if you've got someone who lives in Queensland, you're like, what time is it? Okay, it'll be 10 o'clock, but is that my time or your time? It gets so confusing. So confusing. Okay, everybody, I have to go and do some things. Thank you so much for joining me. I can see 42 people have joined us. So thank you 42 people watching. More than 42 people have joined us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Get some crochet in and go and get that project that you don't want to make anymore and rip it out. If not, join us in 2 weeks and you can rip out your project with me on camera. So I'm going to go find that project that I no longer love. I'll talk to you soon. Happy crochet. Bye.